Hello, everyone. Buenos días, buenas tardes. It depends where you are. Some people are more to the west. Some people are more to the east. We have people, I think, from Spain. We have people in Mexico, different parts of Mexico, in the United States, maybe in Canada. So that's it. So my name is Lily. Me llamo Lily, soy de Canadá. I'm Canadian, and I'm here to help you with your English. Al lado mío tengo a mi esposo, se llama Darwin.
Hola, ¿cómo están por ahí? Espero que estén bien, que estén mejor.
Es cubano, como la mayoría sabe, y lleva 8 años en Canadá. Y como ustedes, just like you, he is learning English. And he is here to help me with the, with all the technical stuff. And he's also here to help you because sometimes he has tips to give you, suggestions. He's got some advice for you. So before we start our class, don't forget to subscribe. You can also like anything or videos or posts, anything. And so you can subscribe if you are on YouTube. If you are on Facebook, you can follow the page, or I think there's also an option to give us a like. And make sure to put your notifications on. That's how you know that we have new videos or maybe a live. Okay? Before we start, let's just say hi to some of you. Today we have a good class, but just before, let's just say hi. So we have Andres Jorge. Thanks. We have William, saludos amigos, and make sure to tell us where you are from. Tell us de dónde son, por favor. Good morning, Jimmy. Tenemos a Jimmy de Nicaragua. Thank you for your time to teach us another language. Arturo. Hi, greetings from Cancun. Arturo, yes, I recognize him as well. And that's it. So while I am teaching you something here, you can write us in the chat. You can write us in the comments, okay? So just so you know, most of the time hago una clase de inglés como la de hoy los martes a las 12 p.m. hora del este. A veces digo la hora de Nueva York, es para saber que it's, the same time, that time zone. So anyone can join. It is free. Lo único que pido es de compartir y dar like, ¿ok? Anthony está con nosotros también. Dios los bendiga a todos. Gracias por las clases. You're welcome. Andrés es de Chile. Okay. So we have people from all over. Okay. So today we will be talking about different phrasal verbs. Voy a mezclar un poco, que voy a hablar inglés, un poco de español. Spanish for me is my third language, okay? So it's not perfect, but I'm also learning. I am learning with you. So you are learning English with me. I'm learning Spanish with you.
Ana te está saludando.
Hannah, sí. Hola, Hannah. How are you? Hannah is de Houston, Texas. Okay. So today, as I said, we are seeing phrasal verbs and idioms. Okay. So are you ready? Okay. So we're going to see several phrasal verbs, several expressions. And then at the end, we'll do just a little quiz. Okay. All right, let's see. So let's just see something that we saw a couple weeks ago. So idioms son modismos en español. Son frases hechas cuyo significado generalmente se deduce de la idea que transmite y no del sentido literal de la expresión. Okay? We use idioms. Why? To give a bit of flavor to the language. And the phrasal verbs son verbos que van acompañados de una preposición o un adverbio. So, for example, you have the verb to get something, obtener algo, to get, okay, so to get. And then you can have the verb to get up, okay? So to get, but then get up is get up. Okay, so I'm getting up from my chair. So that's an example of a phrasal verb. Very, very important in the English language. Y con los phrasal verbs, ¿qué hacen? Modifican el significado original del verbo y le dan otro sentido. To get and to get up. Dos cosas diferentes. Okay? Hola, Danny Harrison. Good morning. Okay. Hello, Lily. Saludos desde Texas. Hello, Solis. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Now, let's start. The first expression here that we have is. Okay, no funciona. No, estoy hablando de la animación. Okay, it's okay. So, as usual. As usual. Okay. Escuchen la pronunciación. As usual. As usual. ¿Qué quiere decir as usual? It means as is in the general case, generalmente. As is typical. Es lo que es típico. Un ejemplo es Carrie is late for class as usual. Carrie is late for class as usual. This seems to happen every day. So en español creo que as usual sería como siempre. No me gusta traducir todo porque a veces no hay palabras que like that mean the exact thing that it's trying to say. But in this context, it would probably mean como siempre. So Carrie llega tarde a la clase como siempre. As usual. Utilizamos esa expresión todo el tiempo. Es muy, muy, muy común. So this is important for you to remember. Okay? As usual. The hooker says, thank you for your help. You're welcome. Okay? So Carrie is late for class as usual. This, el hecho de que llega tarde a clase como siempre, okay? This seems to happen every day. This seems to happen. Sería que se dice parece suceder todos los días. Parece suceder todos los días. Creo que es la traducción, pero como dije, lo importante no es de traducir todo, ¿ok? Sería mejor si yo, if I spoke only English to you, this is how you would really learn, or you would learn faster this way. Okay, but sometimes I do speak Spanish to help you to when you have a point of reference, sometimes it is better. But anyways, it depends. Everyone is different. The second example that I have is as usual, Mandy received first prize in the art contest. It's the second consecutive year that she has won. So, as usual, so this is a general thing. This is typical for Mandy. Okay. So, as usual, Mandy received first prize. So, recibió el primero premio, primer premio en el concurso de arte, in the art contest. So, how do we know that this is usual for her? Because it is the second consecutive year. The second consecutive year. So, she won last year and she won this year. Okay, so that's 2 years in a row. Okay? Carlos, hello. So, Carlos from Mexico is saying hi to us. Okay. So I think this gives you a good idea of as usual, what it means. Now let's go to the next one. Unless we have questions, no, I don't see any questions here. So I will continue, but if you have questions, you can do so. You can ask your questions in the chat. Second one is, okay, all right. Okay, so the word right, left, it's not that here. It's all right. What does it mean? Well, first of all right, did you notice? We can write it two ways. There's all right, con doble L, all, A-L-L, y right. Y tenemos también all right, una palabra, con una L. One or the other. You can use one or the other. It's the same thing. It's correct. What does it mean? It means it's acceptable, it's fine. It can also mean yes or okay. I personally use all right all the time, and I usually use it to mean okay. Yeah, okay. Okay? Yes, William. All right, I got it. Perfect. Perfect use of the word. So the first sentence, the first example that we have is she said that it would be all right to wait in Mr. Smith's office until he returned. So, en español sería algo como ella dijo que sería ok o estaría ok de esperar en la oficina de Mr. Smith hasta que volvió. Algo así. So she said that it would be okay. ¿Viste? Okay, all right. We could say okay. She said that it would be okay to wait in Mr. Smith's office until he returned. All right? You see, I just said all right. Okay. So, Luis, hello, Luis. Wow, pude llegar. Hello, students and teachers. Okay, I'm very happy, Luis, that you are here. So, this is the first example that I have for all right. Now, the second example is, so this is how I use it all the time. So, I ask my friend here, are you sure you don't want to go to the movies? And then the friend says, all right, let's go now. Like, okay, let's go now. Like, my friend is agrees to go. Like, he decided, okay, let's go. So you see, you can say, all right, let's go. All right, let's do it. All right, vamos, and then something. Okay? So try to remember this one. Very, very common. We use it all the time in the English language. Okay, no question. Hasta ahora, todo bien. Sí. Ok, vamos a seguir. Ahora, Darwin, el volumen, no sé si hay como un video. Voy a dar un ejemplo de cómo se usa all right. Aquí. ¿Se va a escuchar? Ok.
First thing tomorrow morning, all right? Bright and early. First thing tomorrow morning, all right? Bright and early.
Ok.
First thing tomorrow morning, all right? Bright and early.
¿Se escucha bien en la? Ok. No sé si I don't know if you heard. Can you hear that?
First thing tomorrow morning, all right? Bright and early.
I will put it again. He says, first thing tomorrow morning, all right? Bright and early.
First thing tomorrow morning, all right? Bright and early.
Last time.
First thing tomorrow morning, all right? Bright and early.
Okay? So this is just to show you that it is used all the time. Okay. Tell me si se escucha bien. Que gracias, Luis. Okay, the next one we have little by little. Y eso se usa mucho en español también. Poco a poco. Gradually. Slowly. Okay? Little by little. So the first example that I have for you is Carla's health, la TH aquí, Carla's health seems to be improving little by little. La salud de Carla parece estar mejorando, algo así, poco a poco. Okay, sorry, I'm not a translator again, but it's just to give you an idea of what it means. But I think you know, because poco a poco se usa mucho en español y se usa mucho en inglés también. Okay. Carla's health seems to be improving little by little. ¿Cómo se dice, cómo se pronuncia little? Little. Pero la T, little, es casi como una D o casi como una R. Little, little, little by little. ¿Ok? All right. Tenemos a Lalo también, Lalo Romo. Thank you. Perfect. Excellent. So, second example of little by little, the second sentence that I wrote. If you study, if you study regularly, little by little, your vocabulary will increase. If you study regularly, little by little, your vocabulary will increase. Yes, Carlos, recovering slowly. This is a great verb, to recover. And that goes with the first sentence, okay? Okay. Yeah, William has a question. His question is, little by little, is it a synonym of step by step? It's very, very similar. In many situations, you can use it as a synonym. So step by step, little step, another little step, and you get somewhere. You have a result. Little by little, if you do something, you're gonna obtain the result that whatever we are talking about. So Carla's health in this case, okay, it is improving, like step by step. If she's doing all these little steps, or with time, step by step, slowly, it is improving. So the goal is to have good health, right? So you're welcome, William. So the second sentence, if you study regularly, little by little, so step by step, your vocabulary will increase. So increase, to increase, in it's aumentar. And in this, there might be other words in Spanish that we could use here, but to increase, usually it means aumentar. Okay? All right. I hope you are learning something. And if not, even if you know all this already, it is good to be here because you are improving your listening skills. And it's very important, or like if it's very easy for you, just close your eyes and listen without seeing my mouth moving, just to see if you are good at listening. So, están afinando su oído así. Okay? All right. You see, I just said all right. Will improve is better. Yes, your vocabulary will, yes, you can say improve in this sense, in this, en este contexto, but also will increase, meaning increase quantity, the number of words that you know. But you can also say will improve. Yes. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, next one. To spend time. Okay, we don't usually say to pass time. Like I pass the time, yes, like you do this to pass the time. I've heard that before, but the expression here is to spend time. Puse una S al lado because that means that the idiom or the phrasal verb in question, so this one, is separable, which means you can put some words in between, like adverbs, for example. So I'll show you the difference here. So to spend time juntos, we'll see the first example for that one. But what does it mean, first of all, to spend time? Pasar el tiempo, hacer una actividad, pasar el tiempo over a period of time. So the first example is Dora would rather spend time. So en lugar de decir would rather, pueden decir prefiere. So Dora prefers to spend time, o pueden decir Dora would rather spend time watching TV than doing homework. Okay? So Luis, spend in that case is for time only, or that includes money. In this case, to spend time is como pasar tiempo. So it's not like spend money. No es gastar dinero. Okay, so no estamos, es gastar. Like, is it the same thing? Like, están gastando tiempo, pero no sé si se dice en español. No creo que pueden decir gastar tiempo. Ustedes me lo pueden decir, pero gastar dinero es una cosa y pasar tiempo es otra cosa en inglés. Okay, to spend money on something, están gastando dinero en algo, and spending time, you're not wasting time here. You're just spending time, and it could be something positive, it could be something negative, positive, negative, whatever. Okay, so it's to do an activity over a period of time. So gastar dinero is not to do an activity over a period of time. Gastar dinero es gastar dinero en algo, and that's it. But I see why you are bringing that up. Pero perder tiempo se dice. Yes, to spend time. Okay, perder tiempo sería you're wasting time. Eso sería perder tiempo. Excuse me. Sorry, I have a cold. I spent money. William dice, I spent money. Yo gasto dinero. I spent time. Yo paso, or spend time. Yo paso tiempo. Or I spent time. Pase tiempo con. Tiene doble significado en español. El verbo spend. Yes. Okay. It is like investing my time in a leisure. Yes. In a hobby, in an activity, in something. To spend time. So here we have Dora. She would rather spend time watching TV than doing homework. So she prefers TV. She does not, and then she prefers doing that, not that. What do you prefer? Would you rather spend time with your wife or your husband? Or would you prefer going to see a soccer game or a partido de fútbol? What would you prefer, to spend time doing that or doing that? I wonder. Second example. Oh, thank you, Danny. You would rather spend time watching my video, no, this video, than watching TV. So make sure to keep watching, okay, in your sentence. If you say spend time watching this video, then watching TV. It has to match. William, soccer. Second example. My sister spent too much time. Did you see what happened here? Separamos spend time, pero en el pasado. So sería spent time. No pueden decir my sister too much spent time. No se dice. No pueden decir tampoco my sister spent time too much getting ready. No se dice tampoco. You have to separate it. My sister spent too much time. El too much va con tiempo. Okay? Spent too much time getting ready this morning. So, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué sucedió? Llegó tarde al trabajo. She was late for work. Okay? So, in the second example, to spend is in the past tense. My sister spent time getting ready this morning, but she spent too much time. Okay? Spent con una T. En el presente, spend con una D. So, fíjense bien en eso, okay? Okay. Let's see the next example. All along. Okay? La O es como A. All along. What does it mean? It means all the time. Or it means from the beginning without change. Okay, so it means all the time from the beginning or from the beginning. Let's see the first example. We knew, el verbo to know en el pasado. We knew. We knew all along that grandma would never agree with our plan. Nosotros sabíamos todo el tiempo que abuela nunca estaría de acuerdo con nuestro plan. Algo así. All along, como todo el tiempo, todo ese tiempo. Grandma We knew that she would never agree with our plan. So in this sense, we knew all that all the time. All this time we knew it. Lo sabíamos todo ese tiempo. All along. Second example. Did you know all along that we had organized a birthday party for you? Did you know all along? It means, did you know, like all this time, did you know that we had organized the birthday party for you? Ustedes sabían que todo este tiempo habíamos organizado una fiesta de cumpleaños para ti? So, all along. Along. Okay? Es una O. We don't say O. It's not along. It's along. Hello, Efrain. Javier también. Hello, okay, William. Carlos, Omar. Hello, teacher Lily. Thank you for your class. You're welcome. Okay, so all along, remember this one from the beginning, or like all this time, all the time, it's like you knew all along something. Okay? All right. Let's see an example, and I hope you can hear the video. It's just one sentence from a movie. Okay, let's see. Okay.
When all along, what he lived for was me.
Again.
When all along, what he lived for was me.
Did you hear that? When all along what he lived for was me.
When all along, what he lived for was me.
Okay, so when all along, so when like all this time, what he lived for was me. Like it was for me. Okay, so that was just an example for you from a movie. And I got that from, I believe it's called Play Phrase Me or Play Phrase It. It is a website where you can get like 3-second clips of movies, and they are free to use. So I like using that as examples for you. Gotham City is all along in danger. Hello from Colombia, Oscar. Hello, Lily from Honduras. Tony, great. Okay. I'm going to go to the next one. Oh, y Walter. Walter, gracias por este video tan explicativo. Okay. Okay, Walter está preguntando, dame algunos consejos para entender el inglés con acento indio, please. Oh boy. Walter, déjame pensar. It is very difficult to understand different accents. For example, the first Spanish that I learned, the first Spanish dialect, was in class. I solo tomé 2 clases de español en el año 2000, hace mucho tiempo, un español muy fundamental, muy básico. Era con una profesora de España. Muy bien, todo ok, súper. Después, en el 2006, 2007, 2008, fui a trabajar en Cuba. Aprendí el español cubano, el dialecto cubano. Entonces, para mí, era muy difícil entender el español de Argentina, por ejemplo, al principio. Usually it's the opposite. You say, oh my God, Cuban Spanish, it is very hard to understand. But I learned that one, let's say first, because the Spanish one was only in class, but in real life was Cuban Spanish. And then for me, everything was so difficult after. So it is normal that you don't understand everything with the Indian accent. You just need time and time and time. You need to do a lot of listening exercises with that specific dialect. Yes, it is difficult, I know, but y películas de Bollywood. Oh, mira cómo habla Rajesh in the A Big Bang Theory. Yes. Yes, very difficult to understand. But with time, or Apu in Los Simpsons. Yes. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. When do we use that? Have you heard that expression before? Never mind. It just means ignore what I just said or what was just said. Never mind. So, for example, this pen is saying to me, so you weren't listening to me again. It's the second time I tell you what happened. Alguien te está diciendo algo y you're not paying attention, okay? So this person is talking to me. And then I respond, oh, sorry, what did you say? And this pen is tired of like repeating and repeating and repeating. So instead, the pen responds, never mind. It wasn't important. Okay? Como, no importa. Like, don't worry. No importa. Like, no era importante. Whatever. So never mind. Okay? I don't know if that's clear. So never mind. Never mind. Okay, so no questions for now. Let's go to the next one. We're getting close to the end. I think we have two more. The next one is to dress up. To dress up. Yes, William, it's like saying forget it. Forget it. So let's go back. To dress up. ¿Qué quiere decir? It means to wear formal clothes, to dress very nicely. The first example would be, we should definitely dress up to go to the graduation party. No es solo vestirse. Creo que sería como vestirse de manera formal. Y no sé si to dress up, no sé si hay una palabra en español que quiere decir eso. Okay. So, to dress up. We should definitely dress up to go to the graduation party. So, obviously, if you go to a graduation party, you don't wear shorts and a t-shirt. You would need to dress up. Put something nice. A dress, a suit, something very nice, something formal or more formal. Vestirse elegante. Sí, that would be great. Vestirse elegante. Walter is from Peru. Very happy to know that we have someone from Peru here. Excellent. So, yes, William, hay una diferencia entre to dress, to get dressed, and to dress up. To dress up, como up, un poco más elegante, up, more formal. Okay. Second example. You don't have to dress up for the work party. They said that we could wear jeans and a t-shirt. So something very informal. So if you say to someone, oh, you don't have to dress up, eso quiere decir que no tienes que ponerte un vestido o algo muy formal, muy elegante. Just put jeans and a t-shirt and you're good to go. Yes, t-shirt and Bermudas. The elegance of Miami. Yes. I love wearing jeans and a t-shirt, by the way. Dressing up is not my thing, but sometimes we have to. For example, if you go to a wedding, you would dress up. Okay? Okay. Dress up, que traje, ropa formal. Sí, Tony, así mismo. Ir bien vestido, Oscar. Yes. Englishmen dressed up in the old times. Yes, they did. We see them in a lot of movies, and they're all dressed up. Yes. Okay, let's see one example from a movie.
Yeah, gotta dress up for the parole officer. Yeah, gotta dress up for the parole officer. Yeah, gotta dress up for the parole officer.
So basically, what he is saying is that he has got to. No me gusta esa forma, okay, de decir algo, pero eso es muy informal, es una película, okay? But he needs to dress up for the parole officer. Pregunta, ¿qué es un parole officer en español? ¿Qué es un parole officer en español? ¿Cómo se dice? Se parece mucho, creo, a las palabras en francés. Parole officer. If someone is on parole, that person who is on parole usually sees a parole officer every week, every 2 weeks, every month. Sí, William, un agente de libertad condicional. Ajá. Un agent de liberté conditionnelle en francés. Muy similar. Okay? So this guy is saying one last time.
Yeah, gotta dress up for the parole officer.
Okay? So that was an example from a movie, as I said. Okay, one last one before we go. It is already 12:45. My lunch is over. I need to go back to work. Let's see. At last. Creo que puse este ejemplo en un post en mi página de Facebook la semana pasada. At last. ¿Qué quiere decir? It means finally or after a long time. I use it sometimes, and usually I use it for to mean finally. Finally. The two sisters waited for hours and then the train arrived at last. The train arrived finally. Or the train finally arrived at last. Second example, I just turned 16. You can also say, I just turned 16 years old. But you can just say, I just turned 16. I can get my driver's license at last. Al fin o por fin, así mismo. That's exactly it. I usually say al fin, but I know that por fin es otra manera de decirlo. So I just turned 16. I can finally get my driver's license. So I can get my driver's license at last. Carlos, ¿qué es parole officer? Carlos es un agente de libertad condicional. Okay? So when you have inmates, delincuentes that are on parole, usually they leave jail, they leave prison, they go out in the community, and sometimes they stay at their own house or they stay in halfway homes, and they are on parole. Their parole officers supervise them, they monitor them, they make sure that they get a job, that they follow conditions. That's what it is, to be on parole. And then you have the parole officer who monitors, supervises that. So, finalmente, al fin, por fin, quiere decir at last. Yes, Oscar. Now let's do a little quiz quickly, 2 minutes, and then I have to go, unfortunately. Okay, quiz. Question number 1. Replay. Oh my God. Darwin, podemos. Can you make it bigger on the screen for me, please? Because now we see the responses. Sorry. You see, that's why my husband is around. So you saw the response. You saw la respuesta. That's what it was supposed to do, but that's okay. Okay, so you saw the la respuesta final, pero it's okay. So replace the underlined word with the appropriate idiomatic expression. So as is typical, Tom is late for the meeting. Is it at last, Tom is late for the meeting? Is it all along, Tom is late for the meeting? Or as usual, Tom is late for the meeting? What would it be here? William dice sí. No, Luis dice sí. William dice sí también. As usual. And yes, it is as usual. Okay? That means typically, generally, como siempre, Tom is late for the meeting. All right. Question number 2. Tim's mother knew that she wasn't telling the truth from the beginning. So la mamá de Tim sabía que ella no estaba diciendo la verdad desde el principio. Desde el principio. Is it all along, all right, or little by little? ¿Qué es? From the beginning. From the beginning. So Tim's mother knew that she wasn't telling the truth from the beginning. William y Luis dicen all along. Yes, it is all along. So if you can say from the beginning, normalmente pueden decir all along. Pueden decir along, pueden pronunciar esa palabra o estas palabras, las dos, all along. Okay? Walter, yes, perfect. Number 3. They waited for 45 minutes until finally the server brought their food. They waited for 45 minutes until finally the server brought their food. What is the answer? What is the answer? Is it they waited for 45 minutes until at last the server brought their food? Or until little by little the server brought their food? Little by little, bringing little pieces of food? Or until never mind the server brought their food? This is an obvious one. So finally, we can say at last. So see, Samuel, Luis, William, Walter, Javier dicen at last. Yes. So I personally don't say at last very often, but many people do. I prefer using the word finally, and it is okay, but you can use both. But now you know. And the last question, is it okay for Alex to borrow our car for a few hours? Is it all along for Alex to borrow a car for a few hours? Or is it B? Is it all right for Alex to borrow our car for a few hours? Or is it as usual for Alex to borrow our car for a few hours? So we have Luis que dice B, creo. I hope this is for this question. William dice B. Walter dice B. All right. Yes, that's it. Y Darren, ¿cómo saco eso to go back? That is great, guys. You got it. I hope that was not too difficult. I hope that you learned something. And if you didn't, as I said before, es muy bueno para ustedes estar aquí para mejorar su listening en inglés, sus skills, sus listening skills en inglés. So try to do that as much as you can. You don't have to do that only with my videos. There are so many good videos out there, so many English teachers, but not only English teachers or English classes. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, listen to the radio in your car, do everything in English, and that way you will improve your English, I promise you. Practice in your home, talk to yourself, talk to whoever, talk to yourself in the mirror. This will help you, I promise you. Okay? And Luis dice, thanks again for another fantastic and useful lesson. You are very welcome. Samuel también dice eso. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your effort. I appreciate you being here with me. And I hope you will also be there next Tuesday at 12 p.m. hora del este. Y that's it. So please make sure to give us a like, share any video, any post. You can participate. I love it. I am always there trying to answer all of your questions. I'm very present in general. So don't forget, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, y YouTube. Follow, subscribe. Thank you so much. And Darwin, últimas palabras.
Nos vemos el próximo martes a la 1 p.m. No se pierdan los programas que siempre sacamos y los videos shorts y los diferentes posts que ponemos que son fundamentales para aprender inglés. ¿Ok? Chao.
Ciao, guys. Thank you. Bye.